Gothic 1 has plenty of challenges ahead for you, whether it's combat, whether it's navigating the interpersonal relationships of all the camps, but one of the biggest ones is lockpicking. It's the first major hurdle you're probably going to encounter in the game. In this video today, I want to break down how lockpicking works for you across both the actual skill lockpicking and how we're going to lockpick in the game. It doesn't do a great job of explaining it, and there is some counterintuitive things, so we're going to crack all that open for you here today. Let's get started. So to get us started, let's talk about the anatomy of a lock, because there's a number of things you need to know. First off, we have this little brass pin is the tumbler. The objective of lockpicking is putting the tumbler into the middle slot of all of these plates. These are the plates. Now, what you're probably getting hung up on is moving the plates to make this all work. There's also a connection. Most of these are connected, and we'll see how that works in a second here. But the most important thing, and this is probably the biggest thing of the whole video, is understanding how the movement works. In order to move this brass tumbler, one slot to the left, we're not moving the tumbler. The tumbler does not move. We move the plate, and the plate needs to shift to the right for that to happen. So again, if I want to move this here, I'm not going to press A, which would move me left. I need to press D. Oh, I'm connected up here. Well, I need to press D to shift the plate to the right. And this also is a great time to talk about connections. So you can see that shifting the plate to the right moves this one back here, right? In the case, this isn't always the case, but when you've got 0 skill, the majority of the plates will be locked together, meaning that they're connected. So these two share a connection. Let's see here. Okay, these two share a connection. So the number 1 and what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number 1 and number 6 and number 1 and number 5 share a connection. But it's important to understand what number 1 and number 5 means. Number 1 here, the front plate, shares a connection with this plate, but moving this plate does not share a connection with 5. It's not a two-way street. Just like number 6, I pressed the wrong button here. Number 6, that reset, is on its own. It does not share a connection with anyone. So 1 and 6, 5 and 1, those are the connection points. And there's going to be more here. Okay, broke my other pick. We want to move, let's go this way. These guys share 4 connection points. But as you can see, I could have moved this on its own. So these connection points are going to be random. It's going to be different from lock to lock, but it's important to know what a connection point is. Now, the last thing you need to know about a lock is that your lock pick at 0 skill has only 2 attempts before it breaks. So I can go ahead, and an attempt means that you've hit your tumbler has hit the wall of a plate. So you can see that this is at the end right here. So if I move it freely, I can move it freely as many times as I want. Won't stop a thing. But if I come all the way to the end and I try to do it again, it counts as an attempt. If I do it one more time, it breaks the lockpick at 0. And what just happened? That plate moved back to its reset point. That is another thing that happens at 0 skill. So now you understand the anatomy of a lock. You understand how the tumbler moves, how the plate moves, and how that is what you're probably getting hung up on. Let's talk about this skill, which actually makes this way easier, and you only need to put really 1 point into it. So we come over here to this character to learn lockpicking. It's going to cost us 10 learning points or skill points and 100 ore. That is quite a bit in the very beginning of the game, but take a look at what it gives us. Breaking a pick does not reset your progress on a lock. That was the last thing we talked about, right? So we can break a pick, and it's not going to reset everything. So maybe we're 75% of the way there, and it does not reset. You can make up to 4 mistakes before breaking a pick. That doubles your chances of trying to complete a lock with just 1 pick. Then reduces lock complexity by removing a connection between 2 pieces. So in that example of having 6 plates, one of those connections gets removed. It's huge. So let's go ahead and train this up. And what we'll do is now we'll go back to a chest and try to pick it. And just to show you what the master of this skill is, you can make up to 6 mistakes before breaking a pick and reduces lock complexity by removing a connection between 2 pieces. Does cost you 20 learning points and 200 ore, but I just wanted to show this for the sake of transparency. So we're back at the same exact lock we were last time. We've got 6 plates yet again, and we're going to pick this. This is not going to be a really cool process. I'm not going to be like, look how quickly I pick it. I suck at doing this. I have to really slow my brain down and go, hey, we have to shift this. Oh, no, we don't. We have to shift this one back here. I still pressed the wrong button. There we go. And we're going to move this. What I like to do is try to get it, you know, within the amount of moves to get it to where it needs to be, because there's other things that are going to be connected to this. So if this one is here, we want to move it to the right, right? We want to move that tumbler to the right, but we have to shift the plate. Oh, damn it, man. So this is going to, we want that to move left, so we got to move it right. This is there. Okay, so these two are connected. And we just really kind of blindly grasp around until we hit something here. Let's move it left. We're going to go right, right. Ah. Broke 1 pick, but hey, we didn't reset. That's fine. I got 6 picks, which is effectively 24 attempts, right? You want to think of it all as 1. And we're going to go left. So we go right, 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 right. Try to give myself some room so I can move around the plates. That's a big thing here. We want to go the thing to the right. So we're going to press left. So this is on its own. This removed one of the connections. Remember, this had a connection earlier. So this, we're probably going to find something else that connects to it. No, it doesn't. So this, we just need to lock this one in place. So we're good from there. And now it's just a matter of finding which things are connected. And I like to just give myself a wiggle room, right? Give myself wiggle room. So front. Okay, so this is on its own. And that connects with it. So basically what we need to do here is set the front one off of this guy, actually. If I'm going to move this. Yeah, I knew I'd screw that up. That's that one back there. This can move on its own, but this is going to move all 3 in a line right here. Yeah. So we need to do that. This can move this back here, right? Like that, and that's opposite. Okay. And again, I'm not amazing at this, right? Like, I'm terrible at Sudoku. I think this moves on its own. So it's tedious, it's hard, it's not easy. But learning this is going to be crucial to your success in Gothic, because you can't brute force your way through chests. And in the old camp, there are tons of chests to plunder. There's chests that you need to plunder for actual quests. There are towers filled with chests. I think there's 3 or 4 chests in this one tower outside of the old camp. You should go find that tower. You should go loot that tower. Just simply putting one, it's not skill point, but one level of proficiency into this just makes your life that much easier. You saw how we were able to do that, and still, you know, I stumbled my way through it. I'm not the best at lockpicking. There's probably going to be some formula that makes this easier in the future, but this is how you can master this mechanic. It just comes down to moving counterintuitively to what you would think. I want to move the brass pin left. I need to press the right button to move the plate right, which will shift the pin. I need to realize that if I don't have 2 into lockpicking or level 2 lockpicking, level 1 lockpicking is your standard default, sorry. So if I have level 1 lockpicking, I'm going to break my picks earlier. I'm going to reset those plates, and it's just going to be harder because I've got more connections. So this level 2 is absolutely crucial. Of course, though, I want you to play the game that you want to play. So if you find lockpicking tedious and a boring portion of this game, then fucking skip it. Who cares? The point of Gothic is to replay it and enjoy it in a bunch of different lights, going through a bunch of different camps as a bunch of different specializations and builds. So I encourage you, learn this if you want and save scum. If you really want to do it through the really hard to get places and then deal with that later if you want to make a thief build that does special skills and lockpicking. But understanding how this principle works, or this mechanic works, is going to really alleviate a lot of headaches for you. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. Oh my gosh, I just learned how to speak. Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below if you've encountered any other tricks to lockpicking that could really help people out. I'm sure this is going to be the biggest hang up for veterans and new players alike. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Don't forget to check me out on Twitch. You can also find a link to my Discord below. It is the best way to get up to date on my new uploads when I stream, and you can help out with content polls, all sorts of fun things. And lastly, don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because it helps me out in a huge way. But have a good one and take care.